Hi, and welcome to another episode of Get Your Chat On with GYC Vegas, recorded and produced at the Video Podcast Studio. I'm your host, Gina Yager, founder and director of GYC Vegas, an award-winning PR and marketing agency. We believe every company has a story to tell, and we're passionate about getting businesses recognized. At Get Your Chat On, we sit down with local professionals to get to know a little about their organization, their role, and their perspective on our vibrant business community here in Southern Nevada. On today's episode, we're chatting with one of Las Vegas's most beloved voices, Chet Buchanan, host and creator of 98.5 KLUC's long-running, top-rated morning radio program, The Chet Buchanan Show.
I wrote this, didn't I?
Chet's a multimedia personality who serves as the voice of the Las Vegas Aces and NASCAR at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A two-time Emmy Award winner, Chet has lent his voice to the NHL's Seattle Kraken, USA Basketball, and served nearly 2 decades as UNLV's basketball and football Gameday host. Beyond the mic, Chet is deeply committed to giving back, serving on the boards of Help of Southern Nevada and Project 150. The city has twice dedicated the Chet Buchanan Day, and he's received the Silver State Humanitarian Award, along with other numerous local honors. Chet, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Did I write all that?
Maybe parts of it. Maybe we embellished a little bit.
It's funny to hear it because I send people ask for a bio.
Yeah, I need a bio.
And
write an intro.
And it shows up, but to hear somebody reading
talk about how wonderful you are and your experience.
It's weird. And then sometimes I'm like, did I really need to put that in there?
Well, we're talking about your career and what brought you to where you are today. You've been synonymous with Las Vegas for so long. And so how did you come to realize that this was the field you were meant to be in?
Oh, that's an early... First of all, thank you for having me.
Yes.
and it's fun to be in this chair instead of that chair, because literally I've been doing that all my life. Mm-hmm. I mean, it literally started. I have a tape of when I was 3.
Oh my gosh.
I'm interviewing. We used to put on shows for holidays, and it would be the Christmas spectacular, and I'd make my grandma sing, and I'd interview my dad, and I really wanted to be like Bob Barker, my grandma brought. She used to go back in the day. She used to go over to the Middle East and to Asia with these church groups, and would hand out Bibles. She was one of those, and
missionary,
and kind of.
Okay.
Like, I think it was as much for hey, let's take a trip. And then while we're there, we'll hand out Bibles. That kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha.
And she brought back chopsticks from Korea at one point. And I thought it was great because I thought the guy who hosted Match Game back in the day, Gene Rayburn, you can see the old reruns of that. I thought that was my Gene Rayburn / Bob Barker mic.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this. So when did it start? In the womb, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. This was my mom will tell you that if I didn't become a professional athlete, which that took care of itself right about high school, that if I didn't do that, then I was going to be on stage or going to be behind a mic. And I was an only child, and we kind of lived out in the sticks. So I was in the front yard shooting hoop and listening to the radio a lot.
Okay, I can relate to you on that, yeah.
And then radio and TV just kind of became the thing.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. I would love to see 3-year-old footage.
Me too.
Of Chet.
The kid was cute.
That must have been adorable.
I have no idea what happened. My head was this size. I was like an extra large bobblehead. I just had this giant head on top of this little body. It was great.
So from radio to the Aces to NASCAR, what were the pivotal moments that shaped your multimedia career and kind of brought you through your journey?
Oh, you just keep trying. You just go. You don't. The one thing I had to learn. And it was probably too late. I wanted to be big. I wanted to be a star. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be
known.
You're from Southern California, so I wanted to be Rick Dees.
Okay. Yeah.
I really wanted to be Rick Dees, or somebody like Rick Dees. And the one thing I didn't do, because of kind of my sports background, like I want to be on a team, and I love being part of the team, and I love wearing the jersey, and all of those things that come with being on a team. What that kept me from doing was maybe being a little more ambitious. I thought that, not unlike sports, because you don't audition to be in the NFL necessarily. Somebody selects you. They come and find you. They go, wow, you're talented. So I always thought if I was good enough, somebody would notice. And they would say, come on, man. And there's a bit of that, but not much. And so, but everything, I really am a believer, that everything brings you to right where you are. And it's been a really great run in Las Vegas.
So speaking of that, talk about your career history, because I don't think a lot of they've seen you and they've heard you for many, many, many years, but I don't think they know kind of your journey of where you started. Where did you grow up?
I could literally take up rest of the time.
Just give me some bullet points.
Right, but I mean, I'm just telling you, I could take up the rest of the time.
We could talk the whole hour, yeah.
Career day in high school. Met a guy at the radio station.
Which was where? Where'd you grow up?
Monroe, Washington.
Okay.
Duval, the family farm is in Duval.
Okay.
That was where my dad lived, where my mom lived, and I split time.
Okay.
With lived mostly with my mom, saw my dad on the weekends type of thing.
Okay. Yeah. I did same thing.
And so met a guy from the radio station. Then I was working at Evergreen Speedway at the fairgrounds in Monroe, and one night KRKO was doing a live broadcast for the opening weekend of Evergreen Speedway, and basically I ployed these guys with food and said, I'll do anything if you'll just let me hang out. And they said, okay, kid, show up on Monday. And I'm like, well, I can't, I got baseball. And they're like, okay, well, when's baseball over? Memorial Day. And so then literally the day after Memorial Day, I rode my bike 17 miles down farm roads.
Oh my gosh.
I was 15. And I showed up and they said, okay, great, and had me wash the van. That's a 20-minute story in itself. Long and the short of it, they said, God, okay, this he wants to be here. And they kept me around. And I was doing nights in Portland when I was 17. Wow. Yeah, and I came here, yada, yada, yada. Portland, Seattle, Portland, Salt Lake, Phoenix, you know what I mean? And then just kind of did that thing. And and then I ended up coming here in '99. I was out of the business. I was done. I'd had a rough ride the last time when I was in Seattle. I'd had a rough ride, and I was kind of like, ugh, I don't know. And my dad had kind of this little self-made empire. We owned a mobile home park that he built with his bare hands.
Wow.
He kind of wanted me to take her. One day this will all be yours. I was like, oh, really? Are you sure?
The mobile home park, yeah.
And and the farm and all. And he literally, we always joke that my father was a collector of fine artifacts. We literally just finished. He passed away in 2017. We literally just finished cleaning up the property. There's a little bit more to do in the barn. And at this point, we've taken about 100 tons of scrap metal off the property in one form or another. And so in any event, 1999, on a whim, a friend of mine asked if I would come to Vegas and fill in for a week on their morning show.
Okay.
Because I'd been out of radio for a year.
Oh,
maybe.
wow.
No, I'd had it. I was over it. I didn't like it. I was really upset. It hadn't turned out the way I had really hoped. And then they offered me the job at KLUC, and I said no. And then they offered it again, and I said no. And then they offered it a third time, and I finally, because I'm not a smart man, I finally got smart and said yes. So thank you, Kat Thomas, for being persistent. And and here we are.
And here you are.
And then we were hoping to make a bit of a splash, but not in a stunt way. We just wanted to do something big, and I wanted it to. And I said for it to have any sort of legs, for any staying power. I didn't want it to be a one-off. I didn't want to be hey, I went to Shark Reef and jumped in the tank with the sharks, or something goofy like that. I just wanted to do something that would get noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there's 20-minute story behind this too. But Toy Drive was born.
Mm-hmm. I figured that's where you were going with it.
Yeah.
And that started in
99.
Your first year?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize it had been going since you pretty much joining.
Yeah, it's our 27th year this year. My 25th, I had left for a couple of years. I got lured away by a big paycheck and a lot of promises. And we used to refer to it as the big mistake, but now it's been so long ago that nobody actually remembers.
It's just a small little blip in the timeline.
People are like, wait a minute, so it's 27 years of Toy Drive. And when they say that, I just let them go with it. But at the end of this Toy Drive, that'll be 300 days on a scaffold. Mm-hmm. That I've spent.
That you've been up there. Yeah. So it's been almost a full year.
9 months.
Yeah.
9 months, almost 10. At the end of this one, it'll be 10 months.
So that kind of leads me to my next question. With your radio show, your sports announcing, your all the charitable work that you do, what mission do you think lies at the heart of what you do in general? Your purpose.
I don't know. I do what I want, and I don't do anything I don't want to do. And that's kind of the fun part.
It's a joy of work. That's how it should be, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
really
what everybody
lucky.
aspires to.
I'm really lucky because I kind of feel like it chose me, like radio chose me. I always really loved it, and obviously, like I said, 3 years old with with a cassette recorder. Hey, Grandma, sing a song. Mm-hmm. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at 3 years old, and now, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Grandma singing. What are you going to sing? And I'm going to sing. Oh. And here's Grandma singing. Take it away. And so, when you say, okay, what is the enthusiasm?
What's your driving purpose? Yeah.
I think enthusiasm. I think passion. I think it's just, like I said, I do things. I do things that I want to do, and I'm really lucky that way. I realize how fortunate I am. Mm-hmm. And there's still days that it's hard, like it is for anybody. But I'm a lucky guy. I mean, I literally, it's all I've ever wanted. I wanted to be the PA announcer, and not for nothing. And I'm sorry, Knights fans, and I didn't get that job. They turned me down. And Bruce Cusick is literally the best of us, and he earned that. As I look into the camera to tell you that, but I think it turned out the right way because now I go back to Seattle during hockey season, back and forth, however the schedule dictates, and I get to be in that building. Climate Pledge Arena originally was the Seattle Center Coliseum that they built for the World's Fair in 1962, and the bones of that building are still there. Mm-hmm. And I have relatives that worked as ushers, guest services in that building. I went to Sonics games as a kid. I went to go see the old Seattle Totems back in forever ago. And now to be the PA announcer for the Seattle Kraken in the NHL in that building, like there's a little baby lump forming in my throat right this second.
Yeah, it's still a cool feeling. Probably every time you go, every time you're about to step on the mic, like every time. Right? It's like a new rush.
There are moments. Now it doesn't really it's not every time.
Yeah.
You know when that moment is? Honest to God, literally every game, the national anthem.
Yeah. That was good.
Because you have a second, you're there, you're standing there, it's quiet, you're already in the middle of it. You've started. Hello, Aces fans, and welcome to Michelob Ultra Arena. And now we ask that you please rise and remove your hats. For the singing of our national anthem, you do that, and they're singing, and you're standing there, and I end up talking to my mom, and talking to my dad, and talking to my father-in-law, who's also passed. He was a huge sports fan, and what's crazy. My mom didn't get to see any of this. Oh, wow. She passed in 2007, so she saw the radio career.
Yeah.
But all the other sports stuff that really kind of blew up after that. I'd been doing UNLV for a while, but Yeah, and Dad never got to see the Kraken stuff and all that. And they would have loved that. Oh. I know that.
Your toy drive alone has generated nearly $60 million in value over the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Tell us about your approach to community service and how you balance kind of those multiple board positions, sitting on the board of HELP and of Project 150, right? All of things that you do.
Man, I'll tell you, I never feel like I'm doing enough. I know that's weird.
I can relate. No, I can relate. I'm on a lot of boards and things, and yes, I give back a lot too.
Yeah, and so when you're on the board, you never feel like you're making a big enough impact. So so you just, I don't know. I schedule. I like being busy. I actually like when there's a flow, because I'm one of those people. I'm either all the way on or all the way off.
Yeah.
There's very little middle ground. Right. I mean, and even when I'm messing around, you know what I mean? Like if I'm playing golf, like I don't take it that seriously because I suck. But
you're all in and you're committed. That's what you mean, right?
I'm out there. I'm in the
I don't half,
I'm pretty
anything.
Present. I'm pretty present. And I think that's the important part is you got to be present. I mean, I was excited coming here. I was driving down Sunset, about ready to take that right on Green Valley Parkway, and I knew I was close. And I was like, well, this is pretty cool. That you invited me here. You wanted to hear this, whatever this is.
Your career story.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty great. How many people get asked?
So you brought up a good point, being present. My next question was going to be about professional advice. If after decades in broadcasting and event hosting, what are some of the most valuable insights that you could give others that are aspiring to any career, really? But
get to work. Get to work. Forget it. You know what? If you're, man, this is not going to come off well. I'll just say what I was initially thinking, and then I'll try and walk it back. If your major concern is your work-life balance, then prepare to be mediocre. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Well, and it's coming from our generation too.
Yeah. Gen X, man, we're forged by fire.
Exactly.
But
work your ass off. Yes.
All I mean, but what I mean by that is there are certain sacrifices. You look at me all clinched up right now. There are certain sacrifices that you will have to make if you want to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even if you just want to be reasonably good, which is kind of where I think I've been able to make some pretty good strides and end up in some pretty good places. People know they can count on me. They know that I'm going to bring it. They know that I'm going to be prepared. They know I'm not going to show up just like, oh, okay, whatever. That I'm not going to be that guy. That I'm going to be ready to roll. And if you've lost me. If you have lost me and I'm like, oh, I don't care about this, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you've lost me, something's probably gone wrong a little bit. And I'm not saying I'm the be all end all, but I'm usually pretty enthusiastic. And all you got to do is smile at me and maybe scratch me behind the ears and tell me I'm pretty. Now, and I'll run through walls for you. I will destroy for you. But I think that's what I tell people: find something you love.
Find something you love.
Find something
and be
you love.
prepared.
Yeah, and not in a cliche way. Well, but if you find something you love, you'll want to be prepared. You'll want to be great at it because you enjoy it. I actually like the preparation as much as I like anything else.
Yeah.
Because again, it's those quiet moments. And then when you walk in and you're going to crush, there's no better feel. There's two really great feelings. Walking in knowing that you are so prepared that nothing can happen to you that you can't handle. And on the other side of it, bombing. I absolutely love, because it happens on occasion. You know, I host a lot of stuff on stages and in front of people. And sometimes you'll try and land a joke and it just won't land. Or you'll try and say something that you think is going to be impactful and it's crickets. And honestly, there's no better feeling to that either, because now you're indestructible.
Yeah.
They can't do anything else to you. What are they going to do? Light you on fire? They're no. Like literally just people go, oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Why? They're not allowed to kill you and eat you. You know what I mean? Everybody's going home tonight. So it's not that serious.
And in a few days, everybody will forget what happened, right?
Cops have reason to be nervous. Firefighters have reason to be nervous. And they're not either, you know, because they've got a job to do too.
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned that there's some big news coming up with you. I thought I'd bring that up too.
Did I write that?
You wrote down there's something big. Maybe I can talk about it on the show. I don't know if this is still a good time or not, but you said it.
Well, what's really funny is I'm not exactly sure what I meant, and I have 3 different things.
So I always ask about what's up. I always ask about what's up next. What are you working on right now?
I'm feeling a little bit of flop sweat right now because I think, I may have gone. What's coming up? I may have gone too far.
Okay. Well, you just share whatever you're comfortable sharing. What are you working on?
I think it's okay to say this part, that I'm really excited. I'm going to be the board president for Project 150.
Awesome.
And we're Project 150 is such a fantastic organization. I'm
super familiar with it. Yes, we did an initiative with them a few years ago that I joined them with a client of mine to do a big project. Yeah,
and not just because I'm involved. You know what I mean? Like some people go, oh well, it's a great organization. Well, yeah, you're part of it. We're looking to the guys who founded Project 150 12 years ago, if my math is right. They're now stepping away. They've done it. And just Don and Pat and Gino and Bob, it just really set the foundation. And now we're kind of hoping, and I'm not exactly sure in what way, but we're hoping to kind of move it forward a little. And we kind of had an informal, because I don't take over till March, but we kind of had an informal meeting just where we all kind of got together for beers, which I think is important because to set a culture. And we just talked about how I don't know that we necessarily need to reinvent the wheel with Project 150, but let's do what we're doing even better and maybe tighten up some spots that we can improve in, and let's see where this thing takes us in the next 12 years. And I'm really excited about that. I've been doing a lot of this stuff for a long time. A lot of the things I've been doing for a while. So to kind of have a new thing to push is fun.
That is really cool. That you can devote a board president position into everything else that you're doing.
It's the same. Actually, the board meetings should be quicker. If I have my way about it.
They should be run quicker now. We always do this really fun section where it's fill in the blank. It's like Mad Lib style.
We'll see how fun it is.
We'll see. Okay. We'll see what you come up with on the fly. Okay. All right. You just fill in the blank.
Oh, lightning round?
Yeah. Well, this is it's like a fill in the blank. Yeah. Okay, Mad Libs.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. In Las Vegas, it's not just about business. It's also about
pleasure. What? Fun. Excitement. Entertainment.
The secret to successful broadcasting in Las Vegas is to always your audience?
Oh, entertain.
Entertain.
And that takes a lot of forms. Doesn't matter what it is. If they're not interested in entertain, just even right now.
Yeah.
For shout out to everybody who tuned out of this thing 15 minutes ago.
If you're still listening.
Right, then we've done our job.
Exactly. One thing every new transplant should know before doing business in Las Vegas is to never underestimate the power of...
Oh, doing business, because you know what screamed in my head? You said new resident, and immediately I went, Nevada. Not
Nevada.
Nevada. Well, that's how you say it in Spanish. Okay, wait, what?
Before doing business in Las Vegas, never underestimate the power of what?
The locals.
The locals.
the locals. It's not all about tourists. And I am a believer that we may have lost our way on that a little bit. But that's not
That's the news today.
Well, and a lot of people are talking about that. But man, after a while, once you hear it enough times, maybe you want to listen.
Yeah. We're reimagining. It's a time of reimagination again, it should be. When it comes to connecting with the business contact over coffee, lunch, or drinks, you can't go wrong meeting up at?
Samba latte.
Samba latte.
It could be, you know what? Because I was trying to come up with something, and then I went, why? Because that's where I end up meeting
where's
people.
Your go-to? Exactly.
A lot.
Great.
Yeah.
Best way to unwind after a long work day is to indulge in some what to recharge for the next day?
That's really funny because I'm kind of trying to get in better shape and maybe lose a few pounds. And so I was like, maybe I'm going to go the rest of September of this month without drinking. But I really do love a good bourbon. So, and I'm not a snob. I like what I like. Because that takes different connotations too. Because then you'll get people and they hear that, and then they want to come and talk to me about, well, do you
bourbon?
like the blah blah blah? And yes, I put some ice in it. That's how I like it.
It just has to taste good,
I
right?
like it. You
I'm like
don't
that
have
about
to like
Sauvignon
it.
Blanc. I tell people, I said, I swear I'm not a snob. I just like the ones that come from New Zealand. That's all. Could be any brand. I'm fine.
Right. It's funny. Well, and I'm biased towards the Northwest. So, wines, Northwest wines, I think they're great. I don't know anything about it.
They just taste amazing, right?
Fine.
Or the the breweries that are up there.
Sure. Or distilleries.
We've got a few minutes left.
No, we don't.
Yeah. I want to go just some fun.
We don't have enough time.
These are the lightning round ones.
Oh, we didn't even get to the lightning
ones.
round, so this is a lightning round.
This is the last one.
So I
yeah.
have to be
Those are
quicker?
Mad Libs. This is lightning round. So these are fun. These are the fun fantasy questions.
Okay.
If you could teleport anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
First blush answer, London. I went with USA Basket Flex. Little humble brag.
Right. Okay.
I'm the PA announcer for USA Basketball. And so we did pre-Olympics in London, and it was awesome. And literally we had an afternoon. One of our rehearsals ended early. So my wife and I had like 3 hours, and then we had a couple of hours the next morning.
That's a lot to kill, yeah.
We had the greatest time. Just the greatest time. And I went, wow, London's cool. I really want to go back.
That sounds like I want to visit too.
Probably the real answer though is the farm. That's where we're
Your
happy.
home farm.
We're happiest, yeah.
Aw. If you could be the voice for any event anywhere in the world, what would be your dream announcing assignment?
Why are you doing this to me? Another Aces championship. We've never won one at home.
I know. We're on a good streak
We've
right now.
never won one at home. Again, I'm sorry, VGK fans, but they did not hire me. Man, I've thought a million times, because there's one line that I think every NHL PA announcer wants to say, and it is literally, and I've seen it, ladies and gentlemen, the Stanley Cup. And that's when they bring it out. And Bruce got to say it. You know what I mean? It's really, it's cool. I think that's what we would all. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. So you want to say, ladies and gentlemen,
No,
how would you say it with Las Vegas Aces?
No, that's literally the line. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, Aces. Wow, that would be your final score. Your Las Vegas Aces, blah, blah, blah. So-and-so, however much they had,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even know what the line, your Las Vegas Aces are WNBA champion.
Yeah.
3 out of the last 4 years.
At home for the first
Asia Wilson,
time.
a 4-time MVP.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Which if she doesn't, and I don't know when does this go up? When do they see?
This will be in a couple months from now. Yeah.
Couple months.
Yeah.
Oh man, we'll see how this ages.
We might.
Am I looking into the future?
All right. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Or this ages like spoiled milk.
Yeah. If you could have a superpower, what would it be, and how would you use it?
I can't. Boy, that's a deep question.
It is a deep question. I know.
That's a lot, because I'd want to have the power I would want the power to know what the Powerball numbers are just one time. And then because then I could do a lot of
Into
good.
the future,
Could do
yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
good for a lot of people.
Reminds me of that Back to the Future scene where Biff steals the almanac.
He's got the
yeah.
thing, the almanac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just Powerball numbers one time. It's cool. I'd like it to be a billion or whatever.
All right, beyond the mic. This will be our last one. Beyond the mic. What's the funniest or most outrageous thing that's ever happened to you while broadcasting live?
Wait, beyond the mic or?
I guess I should say behind the mic. Yeah,
behind the mic.
I used the wrong word. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. The funniest or most outrageous. Why is this the one thing that's coming to my mind? And I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to be like, you idiot. The thing that comes to mind was hosting a concert years ago at they have this, one of the largest fairs in America is in Puyallup, Washington. As we're taping this now, it's going on now.
Okay.
We had to share the concert with the Christian station. And so it was really funny because like the Christian station, they bust people in to go to the show. And it was like the Christian artist Michael W. Smith. And I want to say it was Color Me Bad. It was like literally late 80s.
That's a very odd
forever ago. I know. I thought so too because Color Me Bad's hit at the time. I Want to Sex You Up.
Yeah.
Okay, you figure it out. I don't know. Somebody wasn't paying attention. But it was very much, the crowd was very much split. And I'd never encountered that in my life. I'm barely, I might be drinking age, maybe. I'm early 20s. And so we're trying to, and the guy from the other station, we're kind of trying to navigate this thing. And again, it was very much split, very much a yay, boo situation. Yay, we love this guy. Boo, we don't love this guy. And the crowd picked up on it real early. And then I'm just starting to win my half over. The other guy was just kind of not very dynamic. And so he wasn't really getting anywhere with anybody. I'm starting to win him over. And I'm way out, and I am a stage, I call it a stage stalker because I'm out on the front of the stage. I'm out to the very edge. If you ever see me at an event and I'm in front of a camera, I'm kind of doing it right now where I get animated and excited.
Yeah.
And I'm out there right on the very edge of the stage and I'm trying to get right out there where I can really relate with you in a gray until I tripped over the monitor. That was almost bit it. And everybody laughed and it was like, oh, well, okay. And it ended up being, and then I said, for my next trick. And it won him over. And it was kind of like, and I think that was an early lesson of there's not a whole lot you can't come back from if you're just, maybe if you're authentic and you're not, and you don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
And, and I'm not always perfect in that regard, but try to be.
I think that's a fun story and some really good advice.
I don't know why that's the only one I thought of.
That's good advice, though.
Sure, there's something else.
I've had so much fun chatting with you, and I know
told you this was going to be the fun segment.
We could talk all day. Tell people how they can follow you and your work and everything you're doing.
You don't care. If you don't know by now, you're not going to know.
Well,
You don't care. You don't care.
Just throw it in.
At Chet Buchanan, ChetBuchanan, on all the social media platforms, and every morning on 98.5 KLUC. Although, when did you say this airs?
Yeah,
we'll
in a couple months probably. Yeah. Oh, and if for all my nonprofit listeners, if you do not know, Chet does emceeing and also live auctioneering.
Oh, that's kind of you.
And he does such a great job. So if you're looking for somebody for your nonprofit event, reach out to me or reach out to Chet.
I used to do it in a series, and you can email me, chet@chetbuchanan.com. And I used to run ads and stuff. Make more money, have more fun. But that's really the idea, is to make more money and have more fun.
I mean, I've seen the live auctions that you do,
Yeah,
and it's like you're driving the prices up. Like I can't imagine how much it would have been down here. But since Chet's pushing the stuff, it's up here. This is what the items are going for.
Well, and it's
really exciting to watch you do that.
And it's kind of that whole entertainment thing of where it's, I don't want to say it's smoke and mirrors because it's not. But if I've got you over here, like, hey, look at this. But over here, oh, look, wow, the bid just went up another $4,000.
You're great at it.
It's a beautiful thing. Oh, it's really kind of you, because that, honestly, if there was another question that was, what's the hardest thing you do? And I would have struggled with that answer until right now, because that is it's the most challenging.
It's most challenging, but you're good. You're better at than
Wow,
in most of the events I go to.
Today.
I know.
Thank you.
All right. It's been so much fun chatting with you. And oh my gosh, sorry. Can you cut that out and go to? I'm going to start at that's a rep.
What? It wasn't fun?
Hold on.
Is that what you're saying
Yeah,
now?
because I already asked you those questions. That's right. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh no, but push it back down. But just I see where it's at now, and I'm going to start.
See what you're doing
right there.
Yeah, we already
Perfect.
talked about websites and whatnot.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Be sure to follow us at GYC Vegas on Instagram, Facebook, X, and LinkedIn, and subscribe to our channel wherever you stream podcasts. And if you want to learn more about how your business can enhance its marketing efforts through the power of PR, visit our website at gycvegas.com. Thanks for listening to Get Your Chat On with GYC Vegas, and we'll see you next time.